Welcome. This is Tampa Home Talk, and I'm your host, Katrina Madewell, and I am so excited to bring you back to Tampa Home Talk this year for our holiday edition of the show. And let me rephrase that. We are welcoming back Miss Tammy Peters with a beautiful background. I love your Christmas show. You're with us virtually this year, and she's with North Pole Productions, and she is the one that does the huge light show, originally at the fairgrounds in our area, and now is in Auburndale, and it's getting bigger and better. And every time I talk to you, Tammy, you have added more stuff. And so I would love for you to talk to the person listening. Like, this is 25 years for you. Like, tell me about North Pole Productions.
Yes, it's our 25th anniversary, producing memorable experiences at Christmas time. And you know, Katrina, I have the best job, and people say to me all the time, so you're in the Christmas business. What do you do the rest of the year? It's like I sit and do nothing the rest of the year.
But that's a relevant question, right? Because people don't start really thinking about Christmas until after Thanksgiving.
Exactly. But I always tell them, I said, listen, if I'm not busy from February till October, then there is no Christmas for North Pole Productions. We are busy year round getting ready for Christmas.
So we'll talk about what that looks like and what the experience is for the person that comes to your show.
Sure.
But I would love for you to share, what does the day-to-day look like for you? I mean, obviously you probably take January off. I mean, Santa takes a month off and comes to the beach. So
you know,
what does it look like February?
Funny you should say that, because January we're busy taking it all down and putting it all away.
Makes sense.
Yeah, so we do try to take February off. You know, the little elves, my team of guys, are exhausted by then.
Yeah.
So that's kind of, you know, the rejuvenation month. They get some time off to be with their family and friends, and you know, if they want to go take a cruise or do something fun, that's the month that they do it. And then we're back at it in March, getting ready and moving equipment from show to show, because we try to keep all of our shows fresh every year. We try to rotate out 40 to 50% of all the displays. So, you know, that means, you know, semi trailers have to be emptied. Displays come into the shop. They get looked at. They get plugged in. You know, bulbs get changed. Animation gets checked. And so there's a lot to it. There's a lot to it.
So because you rotate out the shows and the equipment, and you do this in other locations, if someone came to your show last year, it's going to be a completely different experience this year. Is that accurate?
Well, yes. I mean, they may see some repeating displays because there's a few displays in every show that are either, you know, specific to the area, or like every show has a nativity scene. Mm-hmm. Every show has either some Stars of David or a menorah. So we do try to put a little bit of, you know, religious, you know, I mean, it is the reason for the season. Let's face it.
That's right. Yes.
So, you know, we
I'm
try
glad
to.
That you don't exclude that from your show.
No.
I really am happy to hear that.
No, I've had in my 25-year history, I've only had one client ask me not to put religious in the show.
I think you take that as a sign. You're always going to have someone that doesn't like what you're doing, but if you have one in 25 years, I think you're doing the right thing.
Well, I like to think so, you know, and I think both religions have to work well together, you know, work well in the world together and work well, you know, in our shows.
Right.
So, and then, you know, we try to put a 12 days of Christmas in each show, because people, it's funny, they just love singing, you know, the 12 days of Christmas. So we have a variety of different 12 days. And so
which we're almost there, right? Like, we're live streaming this on the 16th. We're almost there.
Yeah, we really are. We really are. So yeah, and the kids, you know, and then we put some whimsical stuff in. You know, we've got some dinosaurs, and we've got, some sea serpents, and we've got a shark that comes out, and it's like Jaws, and biting alligators. And then we have our traditional Victorian carolers, and more traditional Christmas type of displays as well. So I'd like to think and say that we have something for everybody.
So if someone's coming to experience your show, you guys are in Auburndale now. Some people may be familiar with, the one that it was at the fairgrounds in Tampa. That was such a success. They actually took it over from you guys. So you had to find a new location, which is 1052 US 92. I love this.
There you go.
It's a straight shot from Tampa, about an hour, and you'll get there. What can someone expect from the time they show up to the time they leave? How much time should they allocate? What sort of things do they see and do?
Well, we recommend that you drive through the show at 3 to 4 miles an hour. Now you say, my God, that's nothing. Well, true. Because you've got to take in the enjoyment. We have a dedicated radio station with all Christmas music. It's 88.7. It's a dedicated, FM transmitter specifically for the property. One of those low voltage transmitters, and the displays dance to the music. And so it takes 15 to 20 minutes at the suggested, speed limit to get through the show. And then this year we've expanded. We have a really great circus in the circus tent. They open at 6:30 every night that we're open. And I believe they're going through January 4, where right now we're only scheduled to go to December 28.
Now, they start at 6:30. How many shows do they do every night?
Well, they're just doing the one.
Okay.
So you got to kind of come early, experience the light show, and then do the circus. Or we also recommend, if you can't get there that early, go to the circus at 6:30, and then you're usually out by 8 o'clock. And the drive-through is open till 9 p.m. every night that we're open.
So what are the hours? You're open till 9 p.m. and how early do you open and turn on the lights?
Well, this week now on Thursday, we open for every night from December 18 to December 28. We will open at 6 p.m. and we close at 9 every night. Okay. And, we do big nights like Friday and Saturday night. We do stay open a little bit later. But we find, the show, is geared for little people, and little people from 0 to 10 have to be in bed by 9 o'clock.
Yep.
So we find we're very busy between like 6 and 8:15, 8:30. And then it's like a curtain comes down. We get our stragglers from 8:30 to 9, 9:05, 9:10. And they're usually, believe it or not, cars with mostly just adults in them.
Okay.
So, they're probably coming from shopping or whatever, or dinner.
Yeah.
And so that's the crowd we get from like 8:30 on.
So the light show is around 20 minutes, driving at the suggested speed, 20 to 30 minutes.
Right.
And are there any restrictions? Like, I'm asking this because one of my crews, I was on the committee for the holiday light tour and pub crawl. So, we had to and it was ended up raining that night. We ended up making some last minute decisions. I was up in the front navigating the bus driver completely sober. Let me mind you on that one. And which, somebody needed to be, but what we found is because it's a big school bus, right, that our crew has. And so that knocks out a lot of places you're able to go. So could you accommodate something like a big school bus at your place, or is it too long? Because that's what we experienced.
Well, this particular property, we have some really sharp corners
Uh-huh.
So all we're able to take are like limousines. We've had Santa and Mrs. Claus come through both Friday and Saturday night in a big stretch black limo full of merriment people, and they had a great time. And we can take like the nursing home or assisted living facilities, that 25 passenger vehicle. That's about as big as this property will allow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pretty consistent, but something to think about, right, in the future for sure.
Yeah.
So Santa and his wife are there every Friday and Saturday. What time are they there? And can I get photos with Santa? And is there a cost for that?
Well, no, Santa was in the limousine. He wasn't part of our show.
Okay.
Santa was driving the limousine.
Oh, okay.
We don't have Santa in our show. I mean, I've got a light Santa waving, but the circus does have a real live Santa. And I believe the photos with Santa are free, with of course, the purchase of a ticket for the circus. And other than the circus, we also have and there's a petting zoo, which we call the Animals of Bethlehem. And people are able to get out and feed the animals. And we also have the Wolves of the World show. And my dear friend Sharon Sandlofer, who produces that show, does a very nice educational talk about how important the wolves are to the eco-friendly part of our world. And then she also allows people to do a walkthrough to meet the wolves, which is pretty special. And and then I think you can do a photo with one of the baby wolves as well.
Okay. Our audio is breaking up just a little. I'm not sure whose end that's on, but I just want to make sure that we're clear on giving the information also that some of our folks might be looking for. So to drive through the light show, that is going to be a separate ticket from the circus event, correct?
That's correct. Yes. The circus, the production company is Menagerie Productions. I do not know the ticket price. I'm sorry about that. But if they go on her website, I'm sure they can find out the ticket price. Then the amusement rides all have different pricing. And the Wolves of the World show is free. I think there's a small donation if you'd like to walk through and see the wolves in their habitat. So, and the petting zoo, if you want, you can see the animals up close and personal, but if you'd like to feed the animals, there is a cost for the feed.
Sure, makes sense. All right. So the address is 1052 US 92.
You like that address.
In Auburndale.
Yeah.
And 10 years here, 25 years doing this.
Yep.
The show gets better and better and better. How many lights are on display? Out of curiosity, and then we'll go into pricing.
Well, don't hold me to it, but I think this year we put a lot more displays in, and I think we're up around 1.35 million. And we've got somewhere between 5 and 6 miles of wire in the show. So there's lots of materials there on the ground, unfortunately.
I love this. So the cost to get in, it's $30 online.
Yes.
We will give you the link here in the show notes on where to purchase that online. You can also do it at the gate for cash at $25. And if you mention my name, if you mention Katrina Madewell or Tampa Home Talk that you heard on the show, we're going to give you $5 off for driving through on the show.
Absolutely.
So, any final thoughts or anything new you want to make sure someone doesn't miss as they drive through? And the official name is it the Wonderland?
The Wonderland of Lights
Wonderland
is
of
the
Lights.
official name. The website is the wonderlandoflights.com. Let me give that again. It's important they put the word the in.
Okay.
So it's the wonderlandoflights.com. And that'll take you right to our website and our ticketing page. And it'll give you all sorts of information on where the show is, what's going on, the times, the dates. But right now we're down to open every night starting December 18 and running straight through Sunday, December 28.
So in a couple of days, we'll be open. You can
Yes.
get ready. We will put the link in the show notes. Make sure the promo code is set up for our listeners. Can we keep that simple and just like do a couple word promos, like put Katrina or talk or something like that? For the online,
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, for the online promo for the $5 off.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, I will come up with something.
Okay.
We'll say thank Katrina. How's that?
Sounds perfect. And I'm
Thank
Katrina like the
Katrina.
hurricane.
Yeah, our own personal hurricane.
Yes, just don't wipe the light show out.
Yeah, please don't do that.
All
Pray
right.
for really calm weather for those 11 days, please.
We had a great year this year, so there's no reason to believe the next 11 days won't be amazing.
Well, I hope so. We had rain a week ago Sunday, and it played havoc with the lights.
Yeah.
For some reason, water and electricity don't mix.
Who would have thought? Who would have thought?
Ah.
Well, I'm Katrina Madewell. I'm your host for Tampa Home Talk, and I'm so excited to see your beautiful face back, Ms. Tammy Peters. And thank you for being my guest again this year.
Well, thank you for having me. I always look forward to our time together.
Me too. Make sure you go see the Wonderland of Lights at thewonderlandoflights.com. And again, they're at 1052 US 92, right in Auburndale.
In Auburndale.
Quick little shoot from Tampa if you're coming from Orlando, about the same amount of time. So I'm your host, Katrina Madewell. This is Tampa Home Talk. And remember, not where you live or we're going to fix it. Welcome home.
Merry Christmas.